Guys. So today we're going to talk about how to define your goals based on what you created yesterday. So I am going to jump right in because I don't think a lot of people were able to jump on live today. So what you're going to do is you're going to take what you wrote out yesterday as your vision for 2020. So again, like a year from now, how you envision your life, where you want to be in all of those different aspects. So like your financial, your family, your health and fitness, physical, all of those different aspects. And what you're going to do is you're going to read through everything and you're going to circle or highlight or underline different themes. So say one of the things that you said is that you imagine yourself fit and healthy. So what I'm going to ask you to do is drill down a little bit and circle that, but then you're also going to start making a list. So make a list of what does that actually look like to you? What is the goal? So fit and healthy, does that mean that you're able to run 3 miles without stopping? Does that mean that you've lost 20 pounds? Does it mean that you have a certain BMI? Does it mean that you've lost a certain amount of inches? Like, what does that mean to you? And you need to create a list of all of the goals that come from that. I'll give you another example. Maybe you imagine yourself having saved money. If you didn't put like a specific amount, you need to. So you need to create, maybe you want to have $5,000 saved by the end of the year. So add that to your list. So for everything that you wrote out in that journal entry or that vision statement that you wrote out yesterday, you're going to create goals from each one of those. So once you do that, you want to try to make a list of like 10 things if you can. Just like really just keep reading over that vision over and over again until you can drill it down. And if you did it the way that I explained it yesterday, you should have had a pretty well-rounded vision of all of the different aspects of your life. So try to at least pick one goal from each of those different aspects that I mentioned. And I'll just read those over to you guys again. Hold on. I did this work too. So you want to stay, you want to have like different goals. So you don't want to just be focused on like business or just be, I tend to be very focused on business stuff, but you want to be focused on business, career, all of these different things. So you've got business, career, financial, physical, mental, family, spiritual, lifestyle, and relationships. So for each one of those, you should try to have at least one goal. So read through that vision statement again and pull out the pieces and make a list of those are 8 different categories. Try to make a list of 10 because in some of those categories you may have more than one. After you create that list, you need to go back and write out why each of those are important to you. Why will that make a difference for you? So for me, my biggest goal for 2020 is to become an elite coach in my company, which means that I would be one of the top 200 coaches out of like 500,000 coaches. That's my big goal for next year. I'm pushing really hard for it. But why is that important to me? It's important for a lot of different reasons, but number one is for my family, especially for my daughter, because she sees how hard I work, and I want her to see that hard work pays off, that when you go after your goals and your dreams, that you can actually reach them. So that's like my big reason why, so that when times get tough and I'm working towards that goal, but I'm feeling frustrated, because that's when you reach towards goals, especially lofty goals, they're never easy, right? They never just, like, you don't just decide that you want a goal and it just comes to you. You have to work for it. And for me, what that looks like is getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, doing some work on myself, doing my workout and getting right to work so that I can work it around my full-time job. So there's a lot involved in that. And on the days where I don't feel like getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, or I don't feel like writing a blog post, or I don't feel like following up with some of my customers or things like that, I can go back and look at that list and say, and read why it's important to me, because it's not always going to pop into my head. I need to be able to remind myself. So for you guys, you want to do the same thing, and you want to do it with each one of your goals, because as you're working towards those things, if you're struggling or you come across obstacles or stumbling blocks, you want to be able to pull out that list and read it and remind yourself why it's so important to you. And we're going to revisit this throughout the year because those goals may change, those reasons may change. And so it's really important to be able to have that list to work from so that you can refine it. And that's where the magic happens. That's what creates not just a New Year's resolution, but an actual like long-term plan to reach your goals. So that's your assignment for today. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the vision board, but for today I want you to read through the vision that you created yesterday. You're going to make a list of all of the goals from that vision, the goals that you have for a year from now, and why each one of them is important to you. I can give you another example because I know the why is sometimes difficult. And again, please reach out to me if you're struggling with this. If one of your goals is to lose 20 pounds. What does that mean to you? What will that do for you? Does it mean that you'll be able to get down on the floor and play with your kids? Does it mean that you'll finally be able to fit into your favorite pair of jeans? Think about how you'll feel, not just physically, but emotionally as well. And really feel free to make that why a paragraph, make it long, make it meaningful, because keeping in mind that later on, this is going to be the thing that's going to help to keep you motivated. So really dig into your emotions, dig into your feelings, dig into what is going to help you to keep going when you run into roadblocks. So those are your assignments for today. Thank you guys again for tuning in. I hope this is helpful for you, and just reach out if you need anything. And tomorrow we'll have fun and we'll talk about the vision boards. Okay, have a great day, guys.